I'm so glad that you made it back to the Creating Wealth and Wellness podcast. I am your host, Tara Misseldine, and I'm joined here by my very dear friend, Amanda Kingsley, and we are going to take you on a journey today where freedom is cultivated through personal development, where women connect to fuel their futures, and where wealth is created as a byproduct of being well. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about wellness, and I guess it could also go into personal development, but we shall see. You be the judge. Before we do that, though, let's talk about our gratitudes as we start every episode with something that we're grateful for. Amanda, what are you grateful for today?
We had preschool registration day yesterday, so it's our second year in this preschool, which is exciting. Our last year of preschool ever.
Oh, I know.
3 kids done with preschool. But I was just super grateful to have this amazing place, 3 houses, 3 doors down, and he loves it there, and I'm just excited to be able to send him back for another year and finish out our preschool experience.
Wow. I know.
I know. Last year when I left him at the meeting, like, kids played in one room, adults went in the other room. It was the first time I'd left him in a room full of strangers because I'm home with him, so we never did daycare, we never did like play groups or anyway. Of that sort where I just left him. And then this year he's like off Mr. Confident Man in his baseball hat and sunglasses being all cool.
Oh,
so
he's a cool
excited.
dude.
Excited for another year.
Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, let's see. So today I'm grateful for so many things, really. And the one that I was just going to mention actually just popped out of my head, though. Oh, no. Well, anyways, I was going to say that I was grateful for laughter. Oh, I remember my meditation group. I got kind of secretly invited to this really underground secret meditation group. And I'm now well over 6 months into it, and it's every single week for 2 hours. And it's currently the only evening that I'm out of the house, like the only thing that that I'm committing to long term, and it is totally transformative. I'm not going to invite anybody to it because it's super, super secret, but things happen there that I'm never quite ready for. And I've done so much crazy processing and healing and deep dives, deep personal work that it reverberates through me for the whole week until I get there.
Oh my gosh. Can we just change topics? And
I know.
My jaw dropped. 2 hour are they guided meditations?
Nope, they are not guided, and we don't meditate for the whole 2 hours. It's also kind of a women's circle, so we tend to meditate from 20 to 40 minutes. Okay. Which also can be long, but sometimes you get sucked into a time warp and it feels like a minute and a half anyway. So there's check-ins and then meditation and then journaling about what happened in the meditation.
Oh my gosh.
And then sharing. Sharing whatever the profound things are if anything happens. So
wow, I want to start one of these.
Oh my God, it is amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah, so it's a pretty special time for me. But okay, so today we are talking about physical self-care, physical wellness. Amanda sort of showed up for our recording today, still shaking from her workout, and we're like, we got to talk about this. Because one of our primary motivations in this podcast is that wealth is a byproduct of being well, and to be well, most bodies need to move, right? They need to get used in that way. So, Amanda, I'm going to hand it off to you now to get us rolling with this topic.
Yeah, well, I did. I showed up literally shaking, I was trying to type and my arms were shaking. And it felt so good. It felt amazing. Exercise is one of those things that is not a super obvious go-to for me. It's a habit that I have to create. In this case, I'm paying someone to do small group training. I know that I could do everything he's doing at home by myself with some YouTube videos, but I won't. So it's something I totally resisted, decided to put out the money for, and it's just amazing. I need it. I only go twice a week with him, so it's not super intense. But does. It changes your mind. It changes your business. It changes everything. For me, it's to get into my body in that way, because I'm in my head a lot. I spend a lot of time in my head.
Mhm.
And so I do have practices that will drop me down into my heart, but this is really about getting in my body, so
Yeah, which is
using
totally different. Mhm.
feeling the muscles in my body, pushing the muscles in my body. Um, it's so important, and so many of us put it off and don't do it, like myself.
Mhm.
I even only do this twice a week, and I should be doing something every day in between. um should be, whatever that means, but
Yeah.
I would
Whatever
like
that means.
to be. Now that the weather's getting nicer, I'll probably be outside a lot more, which is great. But for me, that physical exercise, it's just really about getting in my body, feeling my body,
Mhm.
using my body, appreciating my body, noticing where my body's getting older,
Mhm.
noticing where it's weak, noticing where it's strong. So important.
Yeah, I think it's important too to notice how your body likes to be used.
Yeah.
Like my body really likes to do things kind of different than a lot of other women. It likes to do really strenuous, like challenging, hardcore stuff. That's what my body like. That's what energizes me. So like
Mm.
lugging giant rocks around my yard, or like pulling big heavy things. My body just doesn't like it doesn't crave gentle movement a lot, even though I know that it needs it.
Yeah.
Um, what excites my body is to like do these physically demanding, super challenging, heavy duty things.
And it is sort of that same, like, I'm going all in and I'm going to feel
Hmm.
it. I'm going to
Like,
feel it
or
so much I can't deny it. Like,
trying to see what your body's actually capable of,
yeah.
like you're so much stronger than you think.
I'm imagining us doing like a Tough Mudder or something together.
I have had so many people tell me that I would love those, but then I've also known people who've had horrendous breakages of their bodies
Me
doing things
too.
like
I have to. You got to be really trained.
that. And I am kind of accident prone. Like I like to do these heavy things, but I get, as Aria says, I get a lot of boo-boos. We actually just had a conversation the other day because she's gotten to this like super melodramatic stage about her boo-boos. So like, little paper cuts and like little hangnails and things are like, oh God, a boo-boo girl can't walk.
Right.
um, but we talked about because she was like documenting all of the boo-boos on her body. And we were like, only people who have really exciting lives get lots of boo-boos.
We talk about that too.
Yeah,
Like, my
people who
mom's
don't
like,
do anything don't get any boo-boos.
must mean you were having fun.
Exactly. I love that idea.
Yeah.
So I guess I should
So
embrace
other
mine
than
too.
your rock moving, what practices do you do to get in your physical body and use it,
Mhm.
challenge it, and
Yeah, so we do a lot of hiking and like dog walking. So
yeah.
we have a really athletic, our two dogs have very, very different styles. One is a puppy who is an enormous beast. And the other one is like a crotchety old lady who would just as soon snuggle all the time. But when she does go, she's like a bullet. So
Yep.
she's 5 times faster than any other dog and can turn on a dime. And she's half border collie. So she's just outrageously athletic, but she would actually prefer to be just snuggling all the time in between. And the other one can like do, you know, 12-foot long jumps, and she's got tons of energy, and she's a puppy. So we take them on walks and we do a lot of sort of strenuous walking with them in the woods, because we have a really beautiful state park like very close to our house. So we go through the trails and the road and everything. And in the summer, we do a lot of swimming because the home that we bought came with a little in-ground pool. So we
Nice.
do quite a lot of swimming and floating, and I do a ton of yard work and gardening and like, you said aside from moving rocks, there's a lot of other things that I do in my yard that are very
Well,
strenuous.
yard work itself is an incredible workout. I
Yep,
mean,
mowing the lawn,
in so
gardening,
many ways.
clearing brush. Yeah, like
Mhm.
it's a lot of physical
It
work.
is. It
Yeah.
is. Definitely. Squatting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I love that. I love how your body, even though we've noted before, I am not a yard work girl. I do love, I do love how my body feels at the end of a good yard work day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I also, I do have a gym membership, and I do it primarily to go to the yoga classes.
Uh-huh.
So I do try to get to yoga twice a week as well.
Wow, good for you.
But
See,
for me, I find like yoga is more for me connecting into my heart than my
yeah.
body. Like it's more of like a meditative thing for me. But maybe that's the classes that I tend
Yeah, it
to
depends on the
gravitate
class.
toward. Yeah.
My Kundalini class was very like at the same time as it was trippy meditation, it was also so challenging on my
Mm-hmm.
body
Yeah.
in a hurt for days kind of way. It was so good. I loved it.
Hurting for days. I loved it.
Oh, so good.
I think of physical activity is one of the only things that would cause that. Like I'm hurting for days and
Oh,
I love it.
massage hurts so good.
Yeah,
Like
massage, maybe childbirth. It's like I don't know.
how do you physical body also is about what we eat and how hydrated we stay.
Yes, absolutely. And
Oh,
I'm shamed to admit that the thing that got me drinking enough water was actually seltzer. Like
right, you said that.
I
Yeah.
am such a huge fan of seltzer, but it also like has gotten my body more used to being hydrated. And now I also drink a ton more water because
Right.
I'm like attracted to the actual hydration of
You know how
drinking
good it
more.
feels to be.
Yes, I know how good it feels to like have water in my body.
Do you worry at all about bubbles and bones? Is that like a myth or is that
It
true?
is a myth. I looked into it a lot.
Okay.
The carbonation actually, it's only in combination with sugar, like in soft drinks,
Oh,
that
interesting.
makes it has an issue with bones. So the carbonation in seltzer water or just
Yeah.
like carbonated mineral water or carbonated water has absolutely no impact on bone density whatsoever
Why does
or teeth.
why the sugar in the bones? Like
I
sugar
don't
in teeth makes sense because you're getting,
right.
but
And I don't know. I don't know what that does to you in soft drinks, but the research that I did said that the carbonation in seltzer shares none of the same impact of
that's
carbonation in
so
soda.
interesting.
Yeah. Because it concerned me because like Aria likes to have sips of my seltzer at dinner and things like that.
Yeah.
So
What's your
I
favorite
wanted to look.
flavor?
My favorite flavor is orange vanilla.
Ooh, whoa!
Yeah, it's so good.
Never had that. I just bought black cherry. That's kind of a go-to for me.
Yeah, they are really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And
Anyway.
also seltzer eliminates, I'm not a big drinker anyway, but like I could have seltzer with a dash of like cherry juice or pomegranate juice in place of any like drink,
Yeah.
like alcoholic drink. I would rather have a seltzer with juice.
Yeah.
And I'm not a soda drinker at all, and I never have been. So whenever I grab a seltzer now instead of a coffee, for instance, I feel like a win.
Nice.
Yeah, I've never been a soda drinker or anything. I don't have a sweet tooth, so.
I don't even know if this is the direction we were headed in this podcast's intention, but I'm like, so hydration, huge on the physical body. The other question I have for you, just because I'm curious and we're on air, so I'll ask. What's your physical care of your body in terms of like creams and potions and lotions and like do you do
Ooh,
that kind of physical care for your body?
that is a fantastic question. And yes, I do. And I'm kind of puristy about that stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, in the last couple of years, I mean, I've always tried to live more sustainably anyway, but a lot of times that translated to not using a product instead of finding a really healthy product.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I use organic shea butter for a lot of things. I make a lot of my own products. I'm really picky about like my hair care products and my body soaps and everything. They all have to be sulfate, silicone, paraben free. I like only natural scents. So, many years ago, I discovered essential oils, which I actually can't use so many of them now that we have the cat. Like
Oh.
apparently like most essential oils are super toxic, potentially even fatal to cats, which
These are the things I don't think enough people talk about. That's
I
really cool.
know. And I didn't know that. And
I
I
don't
have
have
like
a cat, so
so many dozens of bottles of high quality essential oil, and most of them I can't even use anymore because there's something having to do with the metabolism in a cat's liver where they can't cleanse them
wow.
out of their own bodies, and they kill cats. So
That's
yeah.
really
So since we
interesting.
got the kitten, now most things tend to go unfragranced, period, instead of even fragranced with essential oils. But
Wow.
yeah, so
Gosh.
I use a lot of like coconut oil.
Yeah, we use
Like
a ton of coconut oil on our skin.
I used to do oil pulling. Have you ever heard of that? When I used coconut
I've done
oil?
it. I haven't ever gotten in a steady habit for more than like a few days.
I was doing it really steady for a couple of weeks, and then I can't remember. I think I like ran out of coconut oil and didn't replace it quickly enough and fell out of the habit. But that felt like really nourishing.
Hmm.
Let's see. And I'm
Did
happy
you
to
do it
report.
for 20 minutes?
What?
Did you do 20 minutes of
Like 15. I would do it for the amount of time that it took me to brew coffee.
That's amazing.
I know.
I should
Um,
try that again. It's been a while since I've
yeah,
gotten
I think I would like to try it again too now that I'm talking about it. But it's great for your teeth, and I
Yeah.
I actually was super shocked. Recently I went to the dentist for the first time in a lot of years, and I am cavity free, which I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing," cuz it's like not lying, like 9 years since the last time that I went to the dentist. And
I had a stretch once that was 10 years.
yeah, it's really not
Yeah.
good. Like if
But
you want to keep your teeth forever, maybe we should go more than once a decade.
oil pulling, maybe I'll try that again.
Yeah. Well, what about
Do
you?
any like anti-aging skincare?
I I do have a bit of a skincare regimen. I use Pacifica products for my
Mm,
face. And I don't wear a lot of makeup or anything like that.
yeah.
I don't have a really good go-to makeup line. I just wear a little bit of like natural mascara, and the products that I use are natural and vegan and stuff like that, which is the Pacifica brand of products.
Cool.
So that's sort of my go-to.
I don't even know that company.
You don't? I'll have to get you a present. I'm like somewhat devoted to them.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. They
Wow.
have my favorite perfume of all time and also my favorite chapsticks.
Yes, I knew you were obsessed with your chapsticks.
So obsessed.
I
So
have
obsessed.
some local herbal products that I'm just completely obsessed with, and
Mm-hmm.
I, I've never found a chapstick I like as much as this right here.
Okay.
Wilder.
That's good, but now I know what to get you for Christmas.
That's awesome. Pacifica. Okay, I'm looking. Cool.
Yeah, they're so good.
Well, that's time. We just talked about
Really?
our
Are you
bodies.
serious?
Yeah, we did. We did it.
That went by really, really fast.
No,
I
I
feel
know.
like all you did was ask me questions too, and I don't feel necessarily like my physical self-care is the highlight of my, abundance.
Well, I don't think either of us are at physical care peak performance in either exercise or necessarily like
Self-care in general.
yeah. I mean, I think we're moderately on the healthy side, but I don't think it's either of us are at where we necessarily like to be in terms of how we care for our bodies.
I think there's very few people that are exactly where they want to
Yeah,
be in
I
terms of
think
physical
that's probably
self-care.
true.
I think also part of that is because it takes a back seat oftentimes. When I'm stressed, my physical self-care is one of the first things that goes out the window.
Oh, so that's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's true for most moms.
Well, that'll be my ask then to end the show. Like, what is your ultimate favorite physical well-being routine? Like,
Hmm,
what's the thing that makes the biggest difference in your life? That would be my great ask.
that's a good one. Ask. I don't feel like I have a strong ask, so I'm gonna take a pass on that. And
Okay,
yeah,
that's allowed.
I don't feel
First time in 38 episodes. All
yeah.
right. Well, in that case, everybody, please check in with us. We love to hear from you in between shows, and we'll talk to you next week.